I have no doubt that the ancient Egyptians were involved in completing the Great Pyramids, and there's 4 reasons for that. And that is the shafts, the so-called air shafts, that cut through the body of the Great Pyramid. They're very small. They're about that wide and that high. There are 2 of them in the so-called King's Chamber, one on the north wall, one on the south wall. Mm-hmm. And they always exited on the outside of the pyramid. And that was known back into the 19th century. 19th century explorers could actually climb the Great Pyramid and roll a cannonball into one of those shafts, and it would end up in the King's Chamber. So obviously they were connected. The shafts in the so-called Queen's Chamber, and I use the word so-called because we actually don't know what these chambers were for. No burial of any pharaoh was ever found inside the Great Pyramid. The so-called Queen's Chamber, the shafts don't exit on the outside of the Great Pyramid, and nor until 1872 were they visible within the Queen's Chamber itself. They'd been closed off with facing blocks. You couldn't see that they were there. But one researcher went around tapping on the walls. He thought, there's shafts upstairs in the King's Chamber. Maybe there are here. And he found 2 hollow points, one on the north wall, one on the south wall, broke them open, and lo and behold, there were the concealed shafts. Now, the thing about those shafts is that all 4 of them point at key stars, one of them being the lowest of the 3 stars of Orion's belt, in the position in the sky that they occupied around 2500 BC, not 12,500 years ago, but 4,500 years ago. And that astronomical connection to the stars at that time says to me, we cannot divorce the ancient Egyptians from the Great Pyramid. But then there's a problem. The ground pattern on the 3 pyramids on the ground reflects the pattern of Orion's belt itself. Yeah. And this is, of course, no accident within the ancient Egyptian system, because the constellation of Orion was seen as the celestial image of the god Osiris, the civilization bringer, the entity who went around the world teaching civilization. He is that is who Osiris is, and he is seen in the sky. His image is seen in the sky as the constellation of Orion, and one of those shafts points at Orion's belt, and another one points at Sirius, and 2 of them point at the circumpolar stars. At the time when Egyptologists believed the pyramids were built, so there's definitely a connection, and I wouldn't seek to break it.